Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're going to look into your next 3 months. This is going to be about money, career, success, material stuff, and if there's a blockage, we're going to check to see that. I'm pulling an astral house that's going to show us actually this material success. What will it bring into your life as a general subject? And a feeling maybe, and then I'm gonna pull a month, which we will look into the numerical meaning, and then we're gonna interpret that. Maybe that will tell you what you need to know, and then I'm gonna jump into your coffee cup. At the end, we have tarot, which we will month by month will go, and we're gonna look at the past aspects, what's gonna be happening in the present tense, and what the future holds for you. We have a throne, a position of authority. Would love to see that. A younger woman, dealings or relationships with a younger woman here. So you might be actually getting an assistant if that's the case, if that's what you're needing. This can be someone also, maybe you will advise with. This can represent, maybe you are a representative of someone. That position of authority, maybe like you're the manager of maybe a pop star. It can be something like in a big sense, but it can be also in the small sense in your life. If there is someone younger than you, maybe getting some advice from you. We have the bowl here, plenty of material things you will experience. And now I'm starting to think maybe this is someone that you're going to be helping along the way. And the astral house, love, this is going to affect the area of love in your life when you're thriving in your material love life. It is going to affect your love life, maybe in the romantic sense, maybe in the family, friends, community is going to start expanding and really finding those people that are going to be helpful for you in the future, okay? I have here a casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. I usually interpret these things in the sense of maybe you have done with the timeline of a person and a friendship, and it's not about breaking up. It can be like actually distancing yourself each other from, because you're not on the same level anymore. You're not talking about the same things anymore. Maybe your visions are too big, too scary for them. So it can be something this is a necessary evil type of situation that you are giving up on that person and they're giving up on you, so you can actually find people who are aligned with your future self, okay? By the way, if you haven't subscribed already, or if you go on to enjoy this one, go ahead, hit the like button, hit subscribe and bell so you can see more of these related to what you're enjoying. We have a chair filled. Someone new is entering into your life. That's why I feel like you need to let go of someone, open up space, energetic space. This doesn't mean that somebody's sitting on the throne that you're going to kick them off and then make somebody else sit on there. But can be the case as well. Maybe you are a business owner. You're dealing with someone who's not really taking the responsibility. Maybe you have to make that harsh decision. It can be symbolizing that too. We have a forest, muddled, unclear thinking. Some of these messages are coming forward to actually maybe even wake you up what's happening. So maybe you're thinking, feeling tired all the time, stressed out because of the decision, that big decision that you need to make, which is going to change the future for the better. But because you're avoiding, procrastinating, you don't want to step into that new bright future. That can create this muddled and unclear thinking. Okay, this is something maybe going on with that energy of like change. We had the March here. This is actually when the spring comes, when we look at the month meaning. And also when we look at the third month, the number 3, it is creativity, it's optimism, it's actually expansion and growth. Also, this is coming from like through not physical initially, mental, like seeing the bigger picture and becoming the bigger picture and living according to that big picture, and then starting to attract what's necessary in order to achieve that. Okay, let's see, Scorpio, what's happening in your cup. I see already a pathway opening within the third month outside of your comfort zone, but I don't feel like this is a physical path. This is actually, I see even a wing right there, kind of looks like a chicken wing. If you have like a formula or a recipe, maybe that's about time to start writing that cookbook. But this is going to take you really outside your comfort zone. This doesn't mean that you need to change the recipe. You can take it, apply it to another subject in your life as well, the recipe of taking care of things. It's not about that. It's about taking the recipe outside of your comfort zone. If this is something that you cook in your kitchen, it's time to take it in front of a camera maybe put it in front of other people. It can be something like that as well. This is a general aspect. Maybe this is something that you do so well, but you do well in your own space, which can be something that can serve to humanity as well. Which the more you serve to humanity, the more your abundance actually multiplies. We have here, there's a tears of joy within the first month and good news coming forward. And I see a teapot here. This is a small short pathway. You're coming outside your comfort zone. Teapot can be symbolizing the tea, which is a gossip, which is an information, which is something valuable that you might over discuss over the tea with someone, maybe talk to someone during that meeting. But you're going to be invited to somewhere. You want to get a very valuable information that I feel like the tears of joy is the invite that you're going to get to that place. And then when you get there, a massive teapot waiting for you. So massive information, knowledge, or a way out or way in to something that you are wanting to go in there. I see this dark theme overall with all the water signs, and maybe it's planetary alignment. I don't know if you guys watch my next 2-year video. It's actually about Saturn, Neptune. I don't really go deeper into the planetary alignments, but in that one, I interpreted the effects of those with the cup, what I see. And I feel like here within the first month, you're starting with massive clarity. And what happens in the February of this year, that actually, I think they are aligning with the Neptune and the Saturn. And that's the time when we look at the past 60 years, when the massive things, Berlin Wall came down, and I think Russia actually changed structure and stuff like that. It's like a massive planetary basically events happen during those times. And I feel that in the second month of February, that's actually the alignment that starts happening. You might have that kind of happening as well in your life. But the thing is, you have the tea first. So you have the information, you know how to navigate through that situation. And then you're going into it, even though it seems dark and it doesn't have clarity, you have some chunks of money saved up right there. This can be an investment that you're going to put on the side, or a smart move you're going to make, a negotiation that before you handle within the first month that you're going to do is going to start affecting that. Okay. And then it can be from whenever you're watching it, but I feel like the February is going to be crossing your second month timeline. This is not really timed perfectly, beginning or the ending of the month, but so it's going to be crossing through that. When it does, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready. So if you're getting any information, getting invited to a place, a conversation being offered to you, instead of expressing yourself, it's time to just listen up. Open those ears and listen up, because there's going to be valuable things that is going to be relayed. Might not really make sense to you. Maybe they're going to be speaking in terms that you don't understand at that point. But it seems like here, this is going to get you through this dark time very quickly, rapidly, remove you out of that space to a sunshine. As you can see, the sun is shining there. Another thing actually just reminds me of Scorpio. When I see the death card in your readings, it doesn't really scare me, because you're the death rider. I feel like that's the Scorpio energy. You're the one who's bringing the end to the things. I don't want to use curse words here. That doesn't work anymore. The BS stuff. You are the one bringing that. And what happens here, the sun is shining. You are the one putting an end to this dark timeline. This can be your decision making about a person, maybe allowing another one to come in to fix the situation. This can be if maybe you're building a house and pipes are not working, the other one is not fixing it, and you bringing someone who has an authority, who knows what they're doing. Okay, which is going to align with the model, unclear thinking model stuff. It's going to wash the mud off. You're going to have a better water system, basically. Okay, you can take it in the literal sense, or it can be something happening in the metaphorical sense in your life. But the thing is, the sun is shining towards the end of the second month. You're gonna get clarity, you're gonna get answers, and also guidance. And there's also a chunk of money. I keep seeing two of these things. These can be also representative of resources and connections that you need. Okay, I see there's a person here. This is looking like the face reminds me of like a screen, which is like a cartoon character which doesn't have a face, but it has a screen. Maybe you're talking to a screen which has a bird, kind of like a dove of the peace, or maybe pigeon of the news. This screen is actually sending it to you. Screen can be an authority that you only deal through screen. Or maybe this is a remote job that you're working, and it seems like it's sending you a peaceful resolution, a peaceful news. The pigeon can also carry some peaceful news as well with the dove's energy, because it's not really clear which bird it is. I'm not really a bird expert, but I can see the wings right there. So some good news are coming in. The sun is shining for you, because I feel like your decision, your expression, your demanding what belongs to you, what's yours, is actually going to make this authority realize that you're a very valuable asset. Okay. And then I see there's a chunk of money showing up. We have a bunny here. This can even be something coming into your life that you're investing really wisely, and then it's going to bring another sunshine towards the third month. Okay. Another thing I'm thinking here, the bunny kind of reminded me of the bunnies we have in the Queen of Pentacles. We're going to see the tarot if she's going to show up for you. This can be your wise investment also bringing, like something, a solution will come. But sometimes when we don't take the solution, we don't make the move and plant new, clear seeds and then nurture them, we might not get the results. It will pass. So I feel like you're going to be that Queen of Pentacles energy. You're going to do what's right by the inspiration coming to you, and this will carry amazing results. Okay, let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. Something that you're desiring, it seems very easy to you, but then it's not really showing up. I feel like that's really frustrating for you at this time. And the fourth time, maybe the fourth flip, the third flip, it didn't work. Fourth flip, now it's actually showing. So it's easy as you think it is. However, the way you do it is not the way to go, seems here. Okay, the way you're going after is not the way to go. There is a better way to handle this thing. And I see there's a snake right here. Snakes actually asks you. I see there is a heart on the snake. Number 4. Number 4 is about knowledge, knowing what you're doing, discipline. And heart shape is the representative of the love, but the snake here is about shedding the old skin. So it seems like here, first step into this area for the solution with love, instead of seeing with hatred, anger, or I'm gonna show them how this is done attitude. Not that. That's not the case. That's not the way to go. The way to go is, okay, there's something that wants my attention, and I'm going to take care of this with loving attitude. And then knowledge is about gathering as much as information you can, talking to people, communicating. That's how you're going to shed the old skin. Instead of insisting what you know is the right thing, I feel like here it's going to be about collecting the right information. Another thing here is another snake outside is not only in your heart, also outside how you represent things needs to change as well. It's about transformation. It's about healing too. Maybe there are things in the past that you had to have a certain attitude because the people that you were dealing with weren't really understanding. But this time around, it's different. And when you do, authority comes around, as you can see, with a lightning bolt, which is a quick solution, a rapid resolution. I told you that this is actually coming. This desire is going to happen very smoothly, very swiftly, but the way that you are actually handling things needs to change. And I also see here your heart is right in the open right there. So this is also a good sign telling you that your heart is going to lead you towards the right space, instead of just speaking, only listening to maybe other people's aspect. You need to listen to your heart and understand is what you want is the guidance. Okay, instead of I must do this, I have to, this, I should make this happen. This should, woulds, coulds, have tos are not the way to go. I want this to happen is the way to go. Okay, let's see what's the tarot has to say here, what we have. Alrighty. I really enjoy these cards, guys. Comment down below, let me know. We have Temperance. This is actually the past aspect of the first month, which is telling you to do everything in moderation. We also have another sun here on the background shining like a crown. And the crown, this is actually your mental space. It needs to be bright and light instead of being muddled or unclear. You need to first clarify your thoughts. If they are running all around the place and you don't have clarity, that's going to affect the first months in the what you create in the moment. Harmony, moderation, and that will clear mind is going to guide you towards the right action. In the present moment, the justice will be served. Some of you are getting the results right away, in the beautiful way, in the just way, in the truth will actually prevail. They're going to bring fairness and balance into your life. Whatever it is that you're worthy and deserving of will be coming forward. But the approach should be, we have here, hold on guys, is this, okay, that's actually 14 and 9, but at first I saw here the 9 and 9. 9 is enlightenment. This is not only you actually taking care of a situation, it's also getting enlightenment, maybe figuring out a formula of how to do things right at the same time. And this is going to come from calmness and clarity instead of anxiety and overthinking. Okay, that's the key here. You see she's balancing the cups, the waters in the cups, and then she's balancing the scales. So mentally, emotionally, when you balance things out, it is going to reflect into the material world as well immediately. Exactly. We have here 7 of Swords in the future. So this is basically telling me, because what aligns with this energy is that you actually developing a strategy, having discernment, okay, rather than maybe jumping the gun right away, just being, first of all, calm, cool, collected, and seeing the hidden aspects, if there is any, okay? This can also mean that something is going on behind the closed doors that you're not really currently aware. That's why instead of you reacting right away, what's coming your way, you need to be more strategic and continue your endeavors in a more like a calmer way. Another thing here, the world comes in, I want to clarify, because something is happening in a way that this will be extremely satisfying for you. It will close a cycle in your life and it's going to bring more gentleness. And let's pull this one too. And also I told you number 9 is enlightenment, and you're having an enlightenment, and you're going to, I think you're going to change the way you see things. Maybe you're feeling like right now things are actually happening against me, but everything is happening for you, through you and for you. And you're realizing that the World card and the 2 of Cups is your heart's desire, your equal exchange. You're receiving what you're putting out back into the world. If this is like a career you're pursuing, maybe you're working really hard and you want justice, you want the promotion, you want the raise, you want the full payment of retirement, pension, and it seems like it's coming forward. But like I said, strategy is important. You might have some cards that you need to play very, thoughtfully, let's say, okay? The second month, we have the Queen of Wands. This is basically ending up in a way that you will have full confidence that what you touch will turn to gold. I feel like she is the Midas touch and in the feminine sense. So your creative aspects, your creative ideas are going to start bearing fruit. But this is not only that, you're also being warm, passionate, inspirational for yourself, for the goals, the visions that you have. That's going to be affecting the second month's energy. But the thing is, I feel like this is when you go, she has an aspect of her that you need to be watching out for, which is that she's unconventional. She doesn't obey the rules. She has a black cat here. She doesn't care what people are thinking about her. So if you indulge into that energy, you might end up in the devil's den. Okay? Devil is actually about shadow, material thinking, and this is also breaking yourself from the chain. So if you come to realize that maybe just the sake of being unconventional, maybe you're taking things to the extreme levels. This is in the now, so this is something that you should become aware, okay? Maybe when you realize, first of all, within the feeling inside of you that the things are not feeling right, that's about you become like maybe you're obsessed with the outcome rather than the process. Okay, what we have here overall though, that's not going to be enough energy affecting too much of the outcome, because we have abundance, celebration, a harvest coming forward. So eventually you have the sunflower, one harvest, you're getting a taste of what the future has, and then you're going to have that in the future, the more of the harvest. And the Hierophant is an authority figure here. Okay, Queen of Wands again, and the Hermit. So what's it? This is speaking to me very directly now. You might be sitting on the chair, you might be sitting on the throne, you're going to become a massive authority as she can. And when it comes to masculine aspect, the feminine aspect, the creative side, the action side, decision making, all about that is going to be you. But the Hermit is coming to me and telling me also that you need to consider the spiritual aspect of yourself as well. What is your spirit telling you to do? Not only like your mind, your heart, but also spiritually. Maybe there are things that you need to question or you need to pay attention to. Another thing here is maybe you're overthinking and saying like, I'm doing all this work, I'm not seeing any results. The results are coming in, and the future aspect are showing up. Whenever you fall to that kind of like a thinking, just kind of look at his eyes, guys. Look at his eyes. Like, I feel like this is more of like the devil to, not more of the devil, but more of like a concerned someone who is like getting delusional. So you might put yourself into this delusional state and say like, nothing is working, everything I'm doing is just going crazy, whatever it is. The Hermit tells me that focus on the star, which is your desires, the wishes that you have already fulfilled and captured, and practice more of the gratitude. That will help you get through that kind of like the second month. I told you, the Neptune, Saturn, all that stuff. If you have that kind of like a mind filled with worry, it's going to take it away, okay? The Hermit energy will take it away. Let's see. I already see Ace of Cups and Nine of Cups on the bottom on the third month. So it's wish fulfillment and good offers coming in. And you are Sagittarius here. Fire energy again. Even though it's like the calmed down fire, you're stepping into a definitely confident era. Your what you touch will turn to gold. I told you that. This will give you more and more confidence, so you can go conquer the desert here, conquer more passion that you have and explore more of that. Be careful while you're doing that. You might be the one confronting people. You might be the one creating competition with people around you, but also maybe this is actually a field you're stepping in that has shadiness inside of it built in. So be mindful of those energies, and the future holds someone. This can be someone actually seeing the value that you're creating, appreciating them, and also supporting what you do. So instead of choosing, maybe you tend to choose people who are confrontational as your supportives, because maybe you're used to dealing with lots of drama or lots of heavy work. But I feel like in the future, you might even, like, when you get it easy, you might even put you in a disappointment situation. Oh, is this easy? Oh, it should have been harder. It can even put you in the devil position here, that you start to question, did I do it right? Why did it turn out that way? Why is it so easy? Like, questioning your self-worth type of situation might come in. Knight of Cups is a good offering here. And Knight of Cups is offering yourself more love, understanding, patience is key. And also start planning on what you desire rather than thinking about how things actually happening. Okay? Let's see. I want to pull a spirit animal to get you through this kind of like hardship, hard times. Another thing with the devil's energy, it's a Capricorn. The shadiness that we'll talk about. We have Capricorn. We have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Libra, we have here, she showed up as the energy of justice that will be supporting you. But also this is overanalyzing things. And Capricorn has the energy of overdoing things, okay? Because they have a lot of like a feeling of competition. They love to compete. Maybe you're overanalyzing a situation, overthinking people's intentions, and this is actually putting you through like turmoil. You just keep thinking, oh, they're doing things behind my back. Instead of focusing on that, this is basically suggesting that you focus on what you're bringing to the table and what you're going to be doing in the future. That will really put you in the position of power. And literally maybe you're going to become the authority. You are the authority, but you're going to claim the authority with that thinking. Let's see your spirit animal. We have a seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. So this next 3 months, not only you are becoming an authority, maybe rising higher to the levels, you're also learning how to deal with that higher positions and embody that. The emotional sea that's hovering just below your consciousness is a well of feelings that needs to be acknowledged and expressed. So if you're feeling discomfort during this time, this can be even being successful and then facing another challenge, getting successful and then facing another challenge. If that's the case, maybe you can question, is there anything deep emotional that is blocking you to fully stand in that confidence? And is there something blocking for you to thrive in life? Okay, the block can be a mental block, maybe while you're growing up that you weren't supported enough. This can be also this kind of like a mental aspect to it. It can be the fears. Maybe growth is fearful because I told you that you're going to have to leave your past life and the people from your past behind. Maybe you don't want to leave them. Okay, so asking questions is the best way to get the answers. Not maybe immediately, but in a couple days, your body will answer to it. And also, if you have any clutter, if you have any physical environment, mental environment, muddled thinking, a lot of things that are actually diverting you from your goals and your money desires, clear those out. Physical affects the mental as well. Okay, simplicity is going to be the key for you to unlock certain locked doors. Okay. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to leave some more videos here for you to enjoy. And I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.